Hey, juice heads out there. That means you. Anyone watching, welcome to episode 9 of the NFL Boycott Club Divisional Round Special Preview. As always, I am joined with my co-host here. He is the powerful and strong Mr. Gio. How you doing, pal?
Good afternoon, everybody. We're doing a little bit earlier of a show this week.
Yeah, we're going to go on a little earlier, and I'd be remiss if we didn't do the traditional Mike Francesa Diet Coke.
There it is, paying homage to the great one. Well, the self-proclaimed great one. I don't know if he actually is the great one.
Right, self-proclaimed keywords. Now, before we get started here, I hear you're 3-0 on Saturday last week with your picks.
Yeah, not to brag, but I was 3-0.
All right. And how'd you do on Sunday?
Sunday, 1-2.
All right,
so I'm still winning.
So you lost count on Sunday, basically. That's
4-2, right? That's still a good record.
Hey, you still won money.
I did.
Still won money. So, Money Man, what do you got for me this week? So, game one, we're at the point now where you can count the amount of games left in the season. It's We're approaching mid-January. Let's see, we got 4 games this week, 2 next week, 1 after that. So that makes 7 games. So if you're down for the year, you better go fucking 5-2 or 6-1 and put the house on.
You gotta go balls deep these next couple of weeks. Get your money back.
You gotta go balls deep.
Double or nothing this week.
College is done.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're a real degenerate and you go bet on, WNBA or something.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad they're doing a tournament in college, but I'm kind of tired of seeing Alabama and Ohio every fucking year.
And Alabama blowing out the team they play. The game was terrible.
Exactly. All right, so let's jump into the action. Saturday, 4:30. That would be Eastern time. We have the LA Rams coming off a very impressive win in Seattle, taking a trip to Lambeau to the number 1 seed. The Packers. I was going to say Fudge Packers. I don't know why.
What's on your mind? Jesus. Okay.
Jeez. And the Rams are getting 6.5. So what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, the Rams, I actually liked them last week with the 3 points. I didn't trust Seattle. To me, the Packers are playing so well ending the regular season. I really don't see the Rams being in this game. I'm going to take the Packers here, -6.5.
Now, you think they're going to be all right coming off the bye?
I know that's like a death sentence, right? Like coming off the bye.
I wouldn't go that far.
But
a death sentence is what happened to SMU Mustangs.
What?
You know about the SMU Mustangs, right? They made a whole 30 for 30 about those motherfuckers.
Was it for football?
Yeah, in the 80s, the Southern Methodist University near Houston, Texas, they had a legitimate payroll on their fucking football team.
So people were getting like paychecks, like
yeah, and it was the thing was it was trackable. There was a paper trail.
That's the number one thing you don't do. Don't leave a paper trail.
I'm not gonna bet on it, but I'm pretty sure Jim Kelly went there.
I never knew SMU was relevant like that in football. Were they actually a good team in the 80s?
In the 80s, yeah. So, all right, here's what we're gonna do. Yeah, I agree with you on the Pack. I don't think the Rams are going to go to Green Bay and cover. I like Green Bay covering that game. The night game is Baltimore at Buffalo. Buffalo's given 2.5. That's gonna be, I think, my favorite game of the week to watch.
That should be a close game.
That should be a good game.
That's a very tough one.
They're all good. All 4. Let me say this: all 4 games look good.
Yeah. I'm going to lean towards the Bills on this one.
At home.
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards them, but I'm not confident in that pick. So, like I said before, if you're going to double or nothing, don't listen to me. I don't want you giving me a call later on and then slitting my throat. But
no, listen to this guy. He's up for the whole season.
but not with this game. This is probably just going to be a close game. One of those last-second field goals, last-second touchdown type of games. But I'm going to lean towards the Bills just because they've been playing good all year. I can see them beating the Ravens here.
I'm going to also look for the Bills to cover. And, all 4 games, it's going to be a treat, I think, if you're a football fan. I don't see any of these games being a blowout. And the one game...
Well, one game they're saying is going to be a blowout is the Browns and the Chiefs, which, I don't know, that's a tough call.
That's a tough call. Well, dude, 28-0, and let's go to that game right now, Browns and Chiefs. Bro, 28-0 in the first quarter in Pittsburgh. That's incredible.
Yeah, but you saw what Pittsburgh did after they came back. They were down by 10 at one point.
Right, right. But I'm just saying, just the fact I don't think I've ever seen 28-0 in the first quarter of an NFL game in my life.
Oh no, I think that was a record. It was definitely a playoff record. I'm not sure about it was for overall.
For sure, it was a playoff record. If it was a record, they definitely would have let you know 800,000 times.
Yeah, it was definitely a playoff record. I'm sure there's some crazy regular season game where teams scored more than that. But, yeah, definitely a playoff record, which, obviously in the playoffs you're playing good teams, so that was very unusual. And the Browns were the lowest seeded team.
Yeah. So, on a side note, okay, so it doesn't look like Jim Kelly went to SMU, but you know who did? This guy by the name of Eric Dickerson went to fucking
Oh, there
SMU.
you go.
I mean, that's a pretty notable guy.
Yeah, absolutely. So he was on the payroll.
Yeah. Dude, we are flying through this episode. We gotta slow it down. We're gonna blow our load.
That's fine. Don't get too excited.
Don't get too excited. And so you like KC covering?
This is a tough game. It's one of those games where you want to buy into the Browns and say, yeah, they're playing well. They killed the Steelers. They're gonna keep this game close, maybe even win. I don't know. I'm not gonna bet against the Chiefs,
especially not at home
at this point. Yeah, I think I kind of like the Chiefs here -10.
You know what? I'm gonna go against you here. I like the Browns to cover. I think the Browns are gonna lose outright, but I think they're gonna lose by less than 10.
That's fine. I could see it happening.
All right, so we'll see. Because so far I'm in agreement on the first two. For the Saturday, I'm in agreement with you. Sunday we're split. We got a split decision. and last but not least, so the one game that I could see being a potential blowout, and it could be against Tampa Tom in New Orleans.
You see the Saints blowing them out?
If anything, or you know what, or it could be a blowout either way because it's fucking Tom Brady and he's gonna extract revenge on his new division rival.
Yeah, I mean the Saints beat them last game pretty bad. The Bucs didn't look very impressive versus Washington. That was, to be honest, kind of pathetic. They almost lost that game. But
what's been our number one rule of 2020? You never count out Tampa Tom.
No, of course not. I definitely won't. But with this game, I'm going to lean towards the Saints. I'm not going to say here I'm going to be shocked next week if Tampa Tom wins 41-0. But I'm leaning towards the Saints here.
You're going to take the Saints to cover -3.
Yeah, I'm taking the Saints here. I like them here.
I'm going to go against you on this one too. I think the Bucs are going to win by a touchdown.
Okay.
Or within a more than 3. Maybe they win by 5.5. Something like that.
I can respect that. So you're going to gear up for a Buccaneers versus Packers conference championship?
That's right. Former NFC Central matchup.
And then what do you think? You think the Bucs go to the Super Bowl? Is that your prediction?
Well, yeah. Let's lay this out now. Let's lay our cocks on the counter.
Yeah, let's put it all out there.
So if you have the Bucs, they'd be going to Green Bay. I think Green Bay wins over Tampa.
Okay.
And what's your NFC pick?
It's tough, man. I'm going to lean towards the Packers only because
but who plays who in the NFC Championship?
Yeah, I'm going to say the Packers versus the Saints because I like the Saints this week.
Okay.
And I think the Packers are going to win. Packers have been playing good all year.
So we both agree Green Bay's going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, only because of their road to the Super Bowl. I mean, they have the Rams this week, who I don't think are going to have any chance against the Packers. And then the Saints are kind of a weird team. They're kind of up and down. I think the Packers overall are more solid, especially offensively, than the Saints. So I'm gonna go with the Packers in the Super Bowl just because of the road to there. But I still think the Chiefs are the best team in the league, and I'll even go as far as to say is the Bills are better than the Packers.
I'm not going to argue that. And on the AFC side, just based on our picks, it's going to be Chiefs and Bills. It's going to be the Buffalo Bills going to KC. I think the Bills pull it out in KC in the AFC title game, so I think we're looking at a Bills and Packers Super Bowl.
Bills, Packers. Okay, I like Chiefs, Packers.
Okay, so that'll be interesting. We'll see if we're either both right. We could be both wrong. One of us could be right. We'll see what happens.
We could see Rams, Browns, right?
We could see Rams. Hey, and to be honest with you, one time I got called down to the principal's office, or the vice principal was the enforcer. His name was Mr. Brown. And my guidance counselor, her name was Mrs. Ram. And the teacher misheard the name and said, AJ, go down to Mr. Brown's office. And I'm in the office, and he goes, I didn't call you down here. Because, I was good in high school, right? I didn't drink or do drugs back then. So I was pretty good.
Back then.
Right, back in the day. And he goes, are you sure it wasn't for Mrs. Ram? And then he goes, Ram? Brown? So it's funny. I never thought I'd hear Ram and Brown in the same sentence.
Until this day.
Right. So maybe it will be
there. 20 years later.
So you know what? Give me. Let me change my pick. Give me Rams and Browns.
Do the Rams and Browns. Put some money on it. You're gonna probably get 2,000-1 on that.
Yeah.
Do Rams and Browns. Why not?
Shit.
You're not gonna win any money if you pick the Packers and the Chiefs, right? What do you get? Like 2-1 on your money?
Yeah. Ain't that some shit? to hear those two words in the same sentence.
Wow, and that all clicked in your head just now. That's crazy.
Because I think about that because I only got called down to the principal's office like one legitimate time, and it was my senior year after I stopped giving a fuck. You know what I mean?
So that one time, the one from the few times, was why you remember that Ram Brown?
And the Ram Brown thing was a fluke because it was Ram, my guidance counselor, calling me down.
So there it is, Rams versus Browns, 20 years later.
All right, so I would say we're definitely going to come back next week with a title game special for you, and we'll
Conference championships next week.
We'll have it, which is supposed to be the best Sunday of the year, by the way.
Yeah.
We'll do a Super Bowl show, and we're going to come at you in the off season with NFL Boycott Club off season edition. We'll talk about prospects for the draft. We'll talk about other sports. Like we said from the beginning, this is Mike Francesa meets Joe Rogan. May not be as professional or fucking entertaining, but we're working on it, folks. Give us a fucking chance.
Give us a break. Yeah.
Hit that likes button. Fucking hit the thumbs up and subscribe. It helps with the algorithms or some shit. Algorithms.
Everybody out there, please appreciate your support.
And thanks for watching, Juice Heads. And we'll see you next week for the title game edition of the NFL Boycott Club. Stay safe. Thanks for watching and take care.